Hi everyone, in this video segment, we'll be seeing about the performance testing using JMeter. So let's see the components of JMeter. What are the elements of JMeter? First one is thread group. Then next thing is sampler. Sampler is nothing but we can provide the HTTP and other protocol like request as form of sample, that is samplers. Then the third thing is listeners. Listeners is nothing but they will listen all the activities from the request, and from the response they will chart or they will create the results. So first is thread, next is sampler, the third one is listener. Listeners are like reports actually. Then thread group. So thread group will coming into picture when we need to simulate multiple user requests. So if I need to simulate 100 users, we will create 100 tests, 100 threads inside our thread group so that we can see the concurrent execution for multiple users. Then we discussed about the second component, right? Samplers. So samplers, it will includes FTP request, HTTP request, JDBC request, BSF samplers, access log samplers, and SMTP samplers as well. Yes, we can see inside our Handson session. These are the examples of samplers. Then listeners. So listeners in JMeter means nothing but the report we are generating after our test execution. So listeners will be displayed in the form of graph, table, tree, and logs that we can see. So from this report we can understand the results of our execution. To start with hands-on. So the prerequisite to start with JMeter, we need to install the Java. So install the Java version, then we can go to the Apache JMeter site. Then we need to install the binary files for accessing the binary Apache JMeter. So once we download this, we'll get a folder like this, Apache JMeter folder. Inside it, we'll have these kind of directories as well. So this is the main directory for using the Apache JMeter. All the execution files and all it will be containing inside this bin directory. So while we opening the directory, so you can see Apache bash file. By double clicking it, we can directly open the JMeter like this. So from there, you can start creating your test plan and thread group and all. So we'll start creating the test plan from JMeter. So here we are considering a demo API. So to start with, I'm clicking on files, then new. So once you click on the file new, then you'll get a window like this. So here we can mention the test plan name. Here I am user get API like that I'm. Then this is the test plan name. So under test plan, you need to create the threads. It is nothing but user who execute the API actually, who hits the API. So while right clicking on this test plan, you have add menu, then inside that threads. So you can click on the thread group. So while we creating a thread group, if you need, you can name it as you wish. Any comment or something like that, verify user list get API like that you can give as you wish actually. So suppose currently I'm only using one thread, so that I'm giving as one. So suppose I need to see the performance while hitting the API of multiple concurrent users. At that time, I can increase this count. So currently I'm using one. Then after creating a sample summary report, we can see the concurrent users as well. All right. Okay. So inside that group, so actually suppose what I did is I have created one test plan. Inside the test plan, I have created a thread group. So I need to specify the API, which API I am using, which method, like API method. Those kind of steps I can include inside the sampler. So right click on this thread group, then add sampler. So currently I'm using HTTP request. So I'm selecting HTTP request. So as we saw, so there are different kinds of samplers: HTTP, FTP, JDBC request. So suppose our requirement is to see the performance of our SQL kind of stuff. So at that stage, we'll be creating the JDBC request. Then suppose I need to see some file related thing, so I need to go for FTP. So in our like current scenario, we are considering this HTTP request. So we are selecting it. Once we select it, we will get a like sampler like this. So now we have a test plan. Under the test plan, we have thread group. Under that, we have a sampler, that is HTTP request. So inside HTTP request, we can give the name and whatever command we need, we can give it like that. So here I can specify. So for testing purpose, so this is the API we are using. So we have multiple methods like get, post, put, pass, and everything. So currently I am considering this list users API. So here, this is the like protocol we'll be using, like HTTP. Then after that, we need to give the server name. So here, our server name will be request.in. That we will specify in this field. Then we need to see which HTTP method, like request method we are using. Currently, we are using get. That's why we selected get. We have post, put, and everything. So currently, we selected get. Then so I am considering this API, which the response will be multiple users. So this will be the path for the same. So into the path field, we can specify this as well. So currently, what I did, first we created a test plan inside that thread group. Then we created a sampler, that is HTTP request. So inside HTTP request, we provided the name, then the protocol we are using, then the server name, that will be the base URL like that. Then we'll select the method which we need to be selected, then the path. So this is a basic example of how to create a sampler. Then run the test plan, no problem, but we can see how it worked, right? So for that, we can, in that place, we get that listener comes into picture. Though we can click on the like our sampler, then add listeners. Listeners are nothing but our reports for the performance testing. Then there are different forms actually. We have graph result. If I select view tree result, it will be added as listener here. Then I'm going to select multiple reports like summary report. Then view tree in table. So once we done with the execution, we can see all the results inside our listeners. That is the purpose of listeners. So I'm saving this HTTP request. So all the like test plans will have the extension of .jmx. So we can see our test plans or our JMeter test plans as JMX files actually. This will be stored inside the bin folder. So I'm saving it. Okay. Then after that, like I'm running it from the test plan. So once I run it, I need to go to the like view result tree where I can see our request, and if it is passed, I can see the green icon over here. Otherwise, I'll get a cross with red color. So here I can see all the sampler request responses like status code, the response message like that. Also, I can see the request. Suppose like it is a get method, right? So this will be the base URL and the path. Then we can see the response data as well. So here I can show the sample request and the response. This is the request I have considered. So the response will be like status code will be 200 and the list of users like this. The same thing we got inside the JMeter as well. And the response headers. This will be verifying right inside our postman and all. So like that. Then while coming to the performance part, we can see the average time, like minimum and maximum time, standard deviation. If I get any error, that I can give the percentage. Then like throughput. So throughput is nothing but how much time is taken for getting the response. That is the throughput. The main parameter value will be throughput while we consider the performance testing. Likewise, we can see how much time it taken actually, like that. Then view result tree in table structure, like the status, the bytes, literacy, and connection time and all. So this is how we created the listeners. So I can start from the beginning. Like first we created a test plan. Then under the test plan, we have created our thread group. Thread group is nothing but our number of users. Suppose I am giving 2 or 3, and currently I made it to 3. Then thread group, then the sampler. Sampler is nothing but our API request currently. Then the listeners. Listener is nothing but the result to see the report. So currently I given the number of thread or number of users as 3 and saving this. So every time if I need for a fresh execution, I need to sweep the result. From here I can sweep all the results. These icons actually, these are the sweep icons. So I am like edited the thread count. I'm going to execute it once again. So executed. Then after that, now see, first we were getting only 1 request and response, right? Currently we have 3 concurrent users. So we got 3 requests and their corresponding responses. So according to this 3 requests, we can see how our API is performing and the performance, like how will be the throughput, like that. All the test plans will be saved into the bin folder. Then from here, one more thing is like there are 2 ways to execute this test plan. We can directly go to JMX and we can execute the test plan from here. Otherwise, we can go to CMD, like command prompt, inside command prompt. Also, we can like execute. Then we can see how to. Yeah. So what I am doing is I am going to bin folder. From that, I am CMD. So currently I am in bin folder. From that, how we can see, like I can give the command JMeter -n -t. Then after that, we need to give our test plan name. So here our test plan name is http request.jmx. So I'm going to provide that http about, yeah, then -l. Then in which, so after that we are providing the report name. So report name extension will be in JTL format, .jtl. So I'm giving like report 001 .jtl. So I am tapping under. So now that report is generated, that is placed inside the bin folder itself. See. So main advantage of this JTL file is we can convert this JTL file into HTML reports. So we can see how it is possible. Like inside JMeter, we can go to generate HTML report. So inside generate HTML report, we need to browse. So going to Apache JMeter folder, inside that bin folder. Then our file was this, I think, report.001.jtl. I'm selecting this. Then corresponding to each user, we have some user properties file. So I'm taking that as well. Then output directory, where I need to like populate this report, HTML report. I'm selecting inside bin folder. I have already a report directory, report folder. So inside that, I'm going to populate that HTML report. So click on open, then generate report. So we get the message once it is created, report created. Okay. Then when I go to report again, I can see the HTML report like this. Here I can see all the timing, all the performance. Like that. Inside JMeter, we can add some assertions as well. So from inside the request, I can see add like assertions, response assertions. Suppose I have created a thread group and I need to verify like is the response code or status code is 200, like that. So I am going to like I created a response assertion. Response assertion means we are going to assert or verify something from the response. So once we add the response assertion, we will get a window like this. So inside here I can see text, whether I need to assert the text response or response code, like that. So currently I'm like considering the response code. So if I go to the demo API, I can see the response code will be like this is as expected. So we need to verify this with our actual value. So I'm going to JMeter and like response code, I selected the response code. Then I need to add, so all the conditions, like all the assertions will be coming under here. So response code, so I need to select the contains. So we have multiple matching rules as well. Contains, matches, equal, substring, like that. So I am giving, like currently I'm giving contains. Then I need to add like which it is expected. So as we saw, like in the demo API, they are expecting like 200. That's why I given 200. Then suppose we can consider the failure case. That will be fair. Then I'm giving a customer failure message as well. Suppose I got 200, like I'm giving a failure message, like status code, wrong status code, like that we can give. And after that, I'm saving it. Then for now, we have given like response assertion. To view this assertion report, we need to add one more listener. That is like from the HTTP request, add inside listeners, we can add assertion results. So inside assertion result, once we run the test plan, we can see all the assertion result. If I have any, like suppose in our case we are expecting 202, right? So as per this, like our demo API, it will be like 200. That's why we got this assertion failure message over here. Okay. Then so once I added this response assertion and assertion result, after that, suppose I am going to create this result from the command prompt, and if I generate this HTML report, say bin folder, this is the one, then the user property and directory. Then generate report. So why I created after creating the assertion is, so once you open the result, you will get to know which all things failed and all. Like that we can consider the assertions inside our report as well. That's how it works.